Hi, today we're going to be talking about concealing, and I wanted to show you this new product which is called the Under Eye Concealer and Highlighter, and it's from the Studio range. It comes in 3 different colours, so there is light, fair and medium. Now medium's the darkest, so that's the one I'm going to use. And I'm just going to do one eye so you can see the difference. Now the way I use a concealer is to dot it just on the outer edge of my dark circle there. So I've just done that. And then you can take your finger or a brush and gently dab it. This is a lot more effective than smearing because you're still going to get streak lines and it won't be very well blended. So go up under the eye and down onto the cheek, because we want this to be a nice cover that really covers any darkness. And if you blend it really carefully, then it will become unnoticeable to your normal skin tone. So that's really lightened up the area. I'm just going to go ahead and blend under the eye a bit more, just with this dabbing motion. Now with concealers, you want them to be the same colour as the rest of your face. So you can see that that's blended really nicely. Use a bit on the inner corner, and you can also use it as a base, and that's what we're going to do. Just take a few dabs on the eyelid, not too many, and blend again in the same way, paying attention to the outer corners and the inner corners, because for me that's where a lot of discoloration is, and I want to start with a nice even tone before I put any eyeshadow on. And there we go. Just giving that a really good blend all the way up. What do you think? I think it's done a really good job. If you look at the other eye, you can still see all the discoloration and darker skin here and underneath, but on this side it's looking really good. Now the consistency I've been going for is using less rather than more. If you need to add a bit more to cover up other bits that may be a bit darker, then go ahead and do that, but it's better to put too little on to begin with than too much. Now we're going to use the highlighter side. Now with highlighters, things that have glittery sort of shimmery pigments in them, you want to be really careful about using them under the eye. So what I would normally say is stick to the top of the cheekbone and just dot it and fade it out into your hairline. That way, if anyone takes a photograph with a flash, they're not going to see, they're just going to see what you want them to see, which is a nice bit of a glow here. But if you start to put it under the eye, well, you're not going to look natural. And I know lots of celebrities have made that mistake, that when they're taking photos of them, they tend to look a bit mad. I think the key to highlighters and concealers is that actually less is more. So I'm also going to use this highlighter just under my brow bone. And what I tend to do is just start at the arch and work outwards. Just a tiny bit there, and then use my ring finger just to dab. I don't want to disturb it too much. You can see that's kind of giving me a nice lift to my eyebrow. Just like that. You can also use it on the inner corner. I'm just going to pop a bit here and blend that in. It's a very liquid consistency, so it's thin, a nice thin consistency, so you need to build it up gently or it won't blend in very well at all. There's a huge bumblebee at the window. So there we are. So I've added just a real subtle bit of shimmer. I mean, look at the difference between the two. Looking a lot better on this side. I'm going to use the translucent mattifying powder, this one, to set this whole area because it's feeling sticky and it's going to crease if we don't do this. So pick up a little bit of the powder on your puff, flick it or tap it and press gently over the area that we have just concealed. And this will stop any creasing. And I'm just dabbing gently. And then when you run your finger over it, it will feel dry and not sticky. That's when you know you put enough on. Just like this. I'm running my finger over the top and it feels nice and smooth. Now that base is ready to put eyeshadow on. Zoomed in a little to show you my eyebrow, and you can see that there are some sparse areas here. You can particularly see it in the middle here on the arch and towards the end. Now what I'm going to use is this. This is the brow kit. It's the darkest one, which comes in a sort of dark brown. And what we have is a gel, a dark brown sort of gel. And I'm going to take that and begin to work that into those sort of sparse areas. Just really gently. The thing about these studio products is you need to work with them in small amounts. So there, I filled that in, and you would not be able to tell that that has been filled in. So just take your time and practice a bit. And now we're going to move to the outside. Just to this bit here. And just sweep it down. You'll get quicker at it the more you do it. But when you're first starting out with these products, I think you just need a little bit of patience to get them to work with the techniques. But they do work. So there, that's looking much better. Just need to fill in a touch there. Get a nice strong shape. And I'm literally just putting a tiny dab on each time and building it up. And now I'm just going to pop a bit in here to darken that out. There, if I bring both in, you can see the difference now. That's really done some good work here and here. Really good. They look much better. Now over the top of that, I'm just going to take a little bit of a setting powder. I've just taken a bit on the small brush that comes with it, and I'm just going to pop it over the top. You don't have to do this step, but I find that it sets the gel and blends it in. It doesn't add very much colour. All it does is just add a bit more to the brows. Makes them look quite natural. Try it, see what you think. I've just taken a bit of a swatch of this. I've just put it on the back of my hand, so you'll see it's really not that dark. So it pays to just build up gently with your eyebrow, and you can see that that looks really natural without looking penciled on. So I'm really happy with that. So the three products I used were, first the under eye concealer and highlighter on the cheekbone, and then the translucent mattifying powder to set it, and then the brow kit. So before and after. I much prefer the after. Well, thanks for watching. Bye!